stomp him in the nuts. I'ma 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 stomp him in the nuts.
Yo, what's good? So after Saturday night's fight between Lemieux and Stevens, I must ask this question. What is going on with these ropes, man? This is the third high-profile fight in recent memory. You got Lemieux Stevens, B-Hop versus Joe Smith, and a few weeks ago, we had Haye fall out of the ring against Bellew. So what is going on with these ring ropes? They are not being tightened enough. These middle ropes. What's going on? A fighter should not, they should not be falling out of the ring like this. This should not be something that happens. This is extremely, extremely dangerous. Especially you're going to fall out of the ring like B-Hop did, man. Ow, that knockout was brutal. Brutal. Not because of the punches itself, but how he fell through it. And then you're not going to have anything around the ring. This, I don't want to bring up any more problems with boxing, but if this keeps happening, this is happening in high profile HBO fights. We're not talking about some amateurs fighting in some competition where, where amateurs, you got these kids tightening up these ring ropes. No, this is high profile events. B-Hop's last fight, Bellew versus Haye, a high profile fight. HBO After Dark. This could come up with a real problem if something really tragic happens, which it could have with B-Hop, which it could have with Haye. And the ropes are structured in a way that the top rope is the tightest and then the bottom rope is the loosest. And I understand why, that you don't want fighters to fall out of the ring from the top, and then the bottom is so the fighters don't hit their head with the ring rope if it's too tight. I'm not sure who it was, but they changed that. They started doing that when a fighter hit his head on the bottom rope and he actually died from that. But there has to be control in the middle ropes. These guys are just falling out. I'll tell you what. Salito's last fight. There goes the mandatory Salito reference. Salito versus Vargas. Salito was bouncing off these middle ropes. I know he's a little guy, but still, those ropes weren't loose. There was no way that he probably would have falling out of the ring from that. And it's not like Haye and Hopkins and Stevens are tiny guys like Salito that they just fit in between the ropes. I just haven't heard anyone talk about this issue, and it is not a big issue right now, but it really could turn into something big, a big issue with boxing. It's something that boxing doesn't need right now, like a big lawsuit, like the steroid trials in the 1990s with Vince McMahon, something that could ruin big business. Because if B-Hop had died in that fight, which he could have, he landed hard on his head. He could have died, but thank God he didn't. But had he died, maybe that could have been the end for HBO boxing. It could have been the end for someone's career, at least, as a ring rope tightener. So this is something that I think we must keep a close eye on. Thanks everybody for watching, and peace.
A big punch. Was a big punch, Jim. Was it out? Hopkins through the ropes. That one hurt him. Yeah, the right hand was huge. That one finished it. And that was a big punch through the ropes.